Hey guys, welcome back to my next update. This update I'm going to look at the Larkspur Ridge project. I'm going to let you know where that's at. It's certainly still underway and not near complete yet, but it's making progress, so I'll show you where I'm at there. Right now I'm mainly working on Spruce Mountain Road, and I'll talk about the techniques I'm using for that and show you a little bit on how I make a road surface. And then before we get to that, I actually want to ask for your guys' help. I'm looking at creating a logo for my YouTube channel, and I've got several different options that I'll ask for your guys' feedback on. So I'll put them up here and step through each one of them real quick and ask if you could just comment down in the comment section, or if you hop over to my Google Plus page for the layout, there will be a poll on there and you can actually just vote for the one you like. So I ask if you can go ahead and take a second and do that for me. No guarantees that I'm gonna use the one or pick the one that ends up with the most votes, but I'd be interested in seeing your feedback as to what they all are. So with that, here's the logos I'm looking at. And so here's the 9 different options I'm looking at, and I'll show you each one a little more close here. So I started off similar to the Rio Grande logo, and then made a few modifications. Here enlarged the mountain and added a sun behind it. Then did a sort of a separate logo without the circle around it. And then I also went ahead and made some with a different mountain profile on them that is a little more modern looking, I think, than the classic Rio Grande Mountains off their logo. So these have some additional variations, a slight different take on the wording in the logo, some different colors. This G here actually has the old Rio Grande Mountains again with different colors, and then H is the more modern mountains. Alright, so those are the 9 different logos. Go ahead and comment in the comment section and let me know what you think, guys. Alright guys, so now I'm back to the update on my layout. I'm still working on Larkspur Bridge. I'm actually working on Spruce Mountain Road, and this road I'm doing a little differently than how I did County Line Road, which is the one at Palmer Lake that I finished. This one's on an incline and an S-curve and stuff, and it's raised a little bit from the surrounding terrain. And so I'm using a little different technique. The County Line Road I just put the road surface directly on top of the foam. And this time I'm actually going to put it on a bit of a riser so I can get the nice smooth S-curve surface I want. And to do that, I'm actually using the Woodland Scenics track risers that they usually use for their subterranean layout system that they have. And so I've got the half-inch risers here. And I really like these for roads in these type of applications because they're really easy to curve and bend and flex and inclines. And so for mine, I've actually got an S-curve and an incline, and you can pin this in place and get it exactly like you want it. It makes a nice even flowing curve and everything to get out of it, and then you cover it in your road surface materials and everything, and it ends up working out pretty well. So let me show you actually on the layout how that's looking. Okay, so here you can see the road surface. County Line Road actually comes down a hill a little bit here, just as it's going underneath the bridge. And so I've got both of these, they're pinned up here and pinned here. And then they just sort of naturally make the right curve that I want them to make. And if I wanted them to do something a little different, I could pin them differently if I wanted to. So in this case, I want it to be a little bit more of an S-curve. And so the only thing you have to do is I've pinned the 2 ends. Just move this in how you sort of want it, and you pin it in place there. And so that'll give you a nice even curve all the way through like that. The bridge itself is just one I made myself, just plastruct, and then I've put I-beams on the ends to give it some reinforcement. And then for the abutments, this bridge back during my time frame in the 90s still had these abutments from who knows how many years ago that were just corrugated metal with I-beams holding them up. And so I've made these. They'll end up going in place. This one will go over here, and then this is the other one, and it'll go on this side of the bridge and attach there. So one interesting thing I learned about these piers as I was doing my mock-ups and making sure all the heights was right and everything, when I initially measured it, I didn't have any of this shaper sheet in. It was just flat wood. But then, so when I put these in and ended up having them on top of the shaper sheet, that little bit of height difference made a difference in my bridge. So I actually had to go back and cut out the wood underneath my piers, or cut out the shaper sheet underneath the piers so they would actually sit directly on the wood again to get them back to the right height. Alright guys, so that's the update for this week. Hopefully I'll have a lot more done on the bridge by the time of my next update and have the road completed. And then I can actually start putting the final components of the bridge in. Still have some ballasting and things to do, especially on the northbound line. I want to make sure I get that ballasted before I finalize the bridge, because I don't want to be reaching over the bridge to do the ballasting and work back there. But other than that, I think everything's moving along. So keep checking out the channel, watch for the updates, and keep running your trains, keep enjoying them. We'll see you later. Thanks.